Hi guys, this is something different that I thought I'd share today. So typically when I'm working in the garage, it's with either tools or toys, and this is something that's similar. Is it a tool or is it a toy? A bit of both, I guess. So this is my flight simulator. This is it's running X-Plane 11.4 right now, I think is the version, and it's obviously a PC based. It uses it's actually a TV on the back, and then the side monitors, and a monitor for the instruments. This is a Logitech yoke. I got two quadrants for. Uh, Most often I'm using it just a single engine, but the dual quadrants are nice when using a twin. And then the other thing I have is I do have a 4Flight running on the iPad, and that's with an active um, subscription. So I actually use it while I'm flying around on the sim, and it links nicely to the simulator. So right now I'm at Kelowna Airport on the sim in Cessna 172. Another thing I just got recently is the Pilot to ATC. So I've been using that, and just with these cheap headsets, um, using voice recognition to talk to ATC. So that's kind of a cool feature. I'm just kind of figuring out how all this works. And the simulator, I've just had it for a while now, and I'm using it basically just to, well, partly for fun and partly for practice for a PPL. Now, this simulator, I didn't build it myself. I bought it off a guy named Simon, so thanks, Simon. And I've made a few changes, just some small things moving around, like adding the pilot to ATC. And one of the things, though, that I'm going to do today is for the foot pedals. So for the rudder pedals, it's using this Logitech pedal assembly. And it's okay. It works well. It is a bit plasticky, and I've had it jam on me twice, which is kind of frustrating. So I've got a new pedal assembly, and the plan is to do an upgrade. So this is the pedal assembly that I've taken out. It's I'm pretty sure this is made by Logitech, and it's okay. So it's got adjustable pedals, it's got adjustable tension. It doesn't really feel like an airplane, but it's okay. Obviously, it's got brakes, so it works just fine. The interesting thing is it's really not cheap. From what I can tell, it's about $230. So this is what I'm upgrading to. This is made by MFG, which is Milan Flight Gear. It's the Crosswind 2 in silver. My first impression of it is that so far it looks very good. The construction is very sturdy. It's some sort of plastic or wood laminate, I guess, whatever it is. It's very rigid, and it seems to be well put together. Now, the foot pedals here, there is still some assembly to put this together, and it comes with some hardware. It doesn't come with instructions, so I'm assuming that I'll be able to find those easily online. We'll see how that is. But so far, it looks really good. I'm happy with this. I'll put it together and get it installed, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, incidentally, the price of this, it does cost more than the Logitech, but really not much more. This was a few $100, and the other one's a couple hundred. So for a kind of modest increase in price, I think it's, so far at least, it seems to be quite a bit nicer hardware. Okay, so that's it put together. So it has this clever kind of cam system that goes both ways with that ball bearing, and that's what provides the spring tension for the rudders, and there is some adjustability in that spring as well. And then the brakes, and that's it. It took just literally a couple minutes to put together. I'm still pretty impressed with this, so I'll get it connected to the simulator, get calibrated, and try it out. And there's the new pedals installed. So this, as mentioned, MFG Crosswind 2 in silver. And I've got them installed, calibrated. Now I did have to make a modification to them, and it's because I have the limited space here. It was just touching a little bit. So what I did is I moved these pedals inwards. I had to drill these holes on each pedal and move them in just that 1 inch basically. And there's a 3/8 spacer of plywood underneath just to lift them up over the spring. So that brought both pedals in, and there's plenty of space there, and brakes are unaffected. They work well. So that's it, fully installed. It's nice and solid in there, and I have tried it out. I have to say they work excellent. And the biggest advantage of these is, well, they just feel much better. The old pedals were, you know, a bit plasticky and not very smooth. These pedals are very smooth. So for taxiing, it makes a big difference. It's much easier to taxi, and the brakes are also. So with X-Plane, well, actually I don't know for sure if it was the software or the hardware, but before the brakes always seemed touchy. They were almost like a binary, on or off. And that's not the case anymore. So with these pedals, it's easy to apply the brakes, it's easy to hold full brakes, and yeah, it's just much smoother. So overall, I think these Crosswind pedals are really quite good. You know, they don't feel exactly like a normal airplane, but they feel more similar than the old Logitech pedals did, and they're also just much more smoother. So even from a simulator point of view, they're much nicer to work with. So anyway, I would recommend them. I think they're a good pedal. I think they're worth the investment price. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.